Take two here. Anyhow, MacDonkulus here. Let's just get straight to the point. So I just did another video, riff 10 minutes. I don't know if I could do that again. The volume wasn't on. I fucked up completely. So I'm gonna just try again, get to the nitty gritty, try to do as fast as I can. Anyway, so we live in a crazy time, right? That's pretty much obvious as fuck. Okay, and what are we mostly doing? Everybody on this planet has a cell phone, pretty much. Even people in the middle of the goddamn Amazon probably have cell phones now, smartphones. And what are we doing? We are swiping and we are looking for the truth or bullshit to buy. We are distracted as fuck, more than we've ever been distracted probably as a species. That is what I'm gonna say. No proof to back it up, but it's just a hunch. So, what is this? Stories. Everything is a story. All the movies we watch, our life is a story. Just everything is a story. Well, what's the point of a story? It's multifaceted, but one of the biggest ones that we've seen throughout history, stories are usually to get people to behave a certain way. So it's instructional, perhaps, propaganda, perhaps, directional, inspirational. But a lot of things, stories are usually meant to try to get a certain type of behavior. They also can entertain, right? But what's entertainment? It's to tune out. It's entertainment is typically a distraction. And that's what I'm getting at, is distraction. You can be distracted in a multitude of ways, but storytelling is one of the best there is. And you don't need you don't need technology to really do it, but when you get technology, you can really make a distracting story. And that's what we're doing. You're on TikTok distracting yourself. I was on TikTok distracting myself till I just realized what was going on. I started laughing hysterically because everything in my feed was about Anunnaki and just the craziest shit, like alien stuff and just like stuff about cloud seeding, conspiracy theories out the fucking door. And I'm going to tell you, I love conspiracy theories. They're entertaining. Like Joe Rogan says, like they crack me up, man. Like, but there's something sinister going on because it's not just the nut jobs buying into conspiracy theories that are making the world a really, really wild place. The people spreading them aren't necessarily crazy. Like, we have intelligence agencies that straight up spread crazy shit. And it's like a smokescreen. There's just psyop after psyop after psyop. And I know that could be considered a conspiracy theory. But the data's out. If you have a few fingers and you can type on a keyboard, you can figure it out by doing searches on declassified programs that the CIA has done or whatever. And let me stop there. I am very anti-CIA. I fucking hate them. They are about as un-American as it gets. They are their own thing. They who watches The Watchmen? Nobody watches them. And they're just one of like 17 intelligence agencies. And they're doing all kinds of crazy shit. And we barely know what they're doing. But at least we got their name. What about the other 14 intelligence agencies in America? Nobody knows who the fuck they are. We can Google it up later, but right now it's like those are the rodeo clowns for crazies like me. It's all a hierarchy of information and gatekeeping. And what I'm getting at is we are being distracted on purpose. On purpose. You know, you can look at it in a non-conspiratorial way, and you can look at it as like the attention economy of like social media or whatever. Like there's profit to be made keeping you stuck on your phone. Well, money is definitely a huge angle, but more valuable than money is psychology, and to get people to look a certain way, to forget certain things, to just completely focus on new shit. Look at our news cycle. Like it used to be when I was a kid, 6 o'clock news, 11 o'clock news, hour, tune in, get your little mixed bag of nuts, and off you go back to your life. Now it's 24 hours. And you can cram as much as you want. In fact, the news finds you. Instead of you getting home, turning on the telly, fucking it's seeking you out to change your attention and to get you to get riled up about shit. Keep you distracted. That's all it is, distraction. And like I said, a lot of it's, like, I would say the majority is intentional. And you can ask why. Well, we're never going to get the truth in that. It's just obvious to me that why would you distract anybody? Is because you don't want them to know the truth. Well, why wouldn't you want them to know the truth? Because either they're going to be empowered by it and get riled up, French Revolution your ass, or you will lose power. Like, like if, sensitive information gets leaked, like other people can use it for their advantage, right? So it's disempowering. And it's keeping a stranglehold on a position. That's why you distract people, is you definitely want to keep them away from something. And like I said, we can debate all day on what that is. There's a million things that's distracting us. So is there a million truths that we don't know? I don't know. Yeah, that's all speculation. But what I'm trying to get at and just implore, please stay in the fucking moment now more than ever. We are beset on all sides by distraction of every conceivable way. Just story after story after story after story. Maybe a little nugget of truth just to keep the fire going, to make you feel like you're on to something. Keep digging. This great thing. I've been a victim of that, especially with like alien shit. Way before this crazy stuff out now, like I was definitely in that game when I was young because I saw some shit. Things happened to me. But I can't pretend to know what the truth is behind that. I don't know anything. I used to be religious and think I knew the truth. You read the Bible, you think you're an expert on how the universe works. You think that you're buddy with the co-creator of God's kid. In Buddhism, you think you know the fucking truth. You meditate a few times, you got this. It's real easy. Or like I said, you watch a few Joe Rogan podcasts or whatever. You think that you're getting tuned into some secret shit, that you're maybe ahead of the curve. You do some research on some obscure studies that they're studying weird shit, and like I said, all these things, dude. All this stuff is just to distract you. You're never gonna know the truth. Everything is on a need to know basis, and you are at the bottom, motherfucker. Even if you're in even if you are a government fucking official, you are still on the bottom of the fucking totem pole. Because it's not just a pyramid, it's probably a loop. Man, this is dude, this is a madhouse. I can't even believe how crazy this shit is, but it just seems like it's nonstop distractions. There's always something to try to pull you into feeling outraged or to feel afraid. And it's sad because we're so susceptible to it. We're so susceptible to it. And, it was Mark Twain that said something along the lines of humans are the animal who lies. And that's one of our most distinguishing qualities, unfortunately. I know we like to think it's intelligence, but I don't know. Again, that's kind of wishful thinking. But one thing I do know is we are lying motherfuckers, all of us. And if you say you're not, you're probably one of the biggest liars of all. But the other thing is that we are desperate. So not only do we lie, we are desperate for truth. Because what's truth ultimately? A chance to control. And everything is about control. Everything is about control. And it's about, well, how much in control are you of your own life? Think objectively here. Lately, last 3 or 4 years, were you really in control of shit? Don't think so. And we're all wrapped up in this election shit going on, Biden, Trump, whatever. It doesn't matter which asshole fucking takes that little badge of honor. Are you going to be in control? If Trump's in, you going to be in control? With Biden in? Are you going to be in control figuring out the secrets of the universe? Are you going to be in control? Anytime? Have you ever really been in control? No. It's an illusion. And, even if this was the Matrix, even this was a simulation, do you think that being in a simulation, you are ever going to be privy to why you're in a simulation? That's not programmed in. Nobody is going to tell you the truth. So get off your fucking internet bullshit and live while it's While it's a thing, we don't have much time. We just don't have much time. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons of this life is balancing what is meaningful, what is real to you in the moment. There's a lot of cliches, about live, laugh, love, mindfulness. Yeah, I mean the marketing kind of sucks on that for some to get everybody on board. It sounds cheesy as fuck, but there's truth to it. There's absolute truth to it. What do you want to spend your time doing? Just swiping, learning half truths, basically absorbing all the time. We're just being sponges, just absorbing shit, absorbing shit. Don't you want to squeeze some of that shit out, and be a little lighter in spirit? No matter what you believe in, it's all about how you feel. I just think it sucks because we grasp onto information and we get a feeling that it's true, and it gives us feelings of control, security, whatever. But I think that's all fucked. Like, when you feel that way, cherish it, and don't worry about what the fuck other people are doing. Don't worry about what the fuck is going on behind the Wizard of Oz's little curtain. We can't know. We might be able to take a peek, but you're not really going to know what you see. That's one of the biggest problems with empirical data, is you need the senses and the observation to get it. But at the end of the day, the human interpretation of the data will always be flawed, because we are the animal who lies, and we are the animal who's desperate as fuck for control. And so everything, we will move shit around if it doesn't work in our favor. We'll lie to ourselves if it doesn't sound right. That's why it's important just to be in the moment and to not really focus so much on the external world, and to ignore the powerful feelings in the internal world. It just seems like that's the revolving door we go through, is we ignore the uncomfortable shit, and we inside, and we focus on the bullshit on the outside. But both sides have sides that we don't focus on, like focusing on the challenging things inside so we can grow and maximize the fullness of our life, and then looking in the external world, the things that really matter, your family, the little moments in life, smelling a fucking rose. Again, cliche, but truth in that regard, of that beautiful moment that will never be repeated in quite the same way, but you might remember that. Something meaningful to you. On your deathbed, it's more likely you'll remember that moment, smelling that beautiful fucking rose in the garden that you grew with nature's help. The fucking tranquility of the sun and the wind blowing through the trees, being in that moment with creation. You'll remember that more than the fucking 2024 election and all that bullshit. When you're old as fuck and none of that matters anymore, you're not gonna be thinking about politics when you're dying. You're not gonna be thinking about fucking alien shit and JFK's assassination. You're not gonna be thinking about Black Lives Matter. You're not going to be thinking about All Lives Matter. You're not going to be thinking about any political ideology. You're not going to be thinking about gender identity politics. You're not going to be thinking about anything like that when it's your time, when your time's up, when you're about ready to punch out. But these are precisely the things that are being pushed on us to think about, right? I don't think it's part of the plan to have more moments for us of smelling the rose in the garden, to have those meaningful connections to how you define nature or God or whatever, right? That connection, like, ultimately, I think that's what God really is the ultimate connection to something. That's something that we all feel from time to time. Real or imagined, it doesn't really matter. That feeling is something that guides us and sticks with us. And it just seems like we're all being distracted away from that. And you hear like the Christian churches, they're the ones, even though Christians are annoying as fuck, right? We all can agree on that. I was a Christian, I know how it goes. But they're right about that. About one thing is there's something kind of dark encroaching on an older way of life that wasn't too bad. And I think we need to pay attention because other people are kind of saying similar things, you know. But here you and I are on a screen right now. Just a reflection of the real reality that we're still trying to figure out. You know, a mirror of a mirror of a mirror of a mirror. And how many times are we going to keep looking at that reflection instead of turning around and like try to look at something else? It's a little bit more real to us. And maybe it's a little more uncomfortable, but it's more real. I mean, that's one thing you can say about pain. Uncomfortable, but that shit feels real. Like, you can't deny that pain isn't real to you. It's one of the most real things there is. Pain. Joy is flighty. It's ethereal. Equally important to feel and experience. But joy doesn't have that heaviness like pain does. And so the one problem with pain is that usually our human brain tries to avoid it by any means necessary. And that's taken advantage of by people who know psychology. And we are being inundated with distracting fucking things as long as we're awake. And they're trying to figure out how to get us when we sleep. They're trying to get us how we, even probably in the private moments when we're taking a shit. You know, like, dude, nothing is sacred anymore. They're trying to get your attention. And it's like I said, for money or trying to keep you from finding a truth that will bring more unity to this planet and wake people up. They want to make sure that you don't have full control over your life. I mean, you're never going to have full control over your life, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you can maximize. Oh my God, maxing. Yeah, that's kind of a new buzzword, right? Like trans-maxing or maxing this, maxing that, truth maxing, control maxing. I don't know. Whatever bullshit little title you want to put on there. I hope I've made some sense. I'm just trying to put something out there that's not distracting. You know, I'm trying to come up with a YouTube channel that's actually meaningful. It's hard though. It's hard. If you look at my other videos, it's like I'm just I'm selling out the gate, man, making bullshit reaction videos. But people want to be distracted. I think that's one of the biggest challenges in making a video. That's why I didn't put too much effort into this, is because I know most of you haven't made it this far. Probably talking to a wall. Just talking to myself. You know? I guess we are living in the Matrix to a degree, right? If not on a abstract level, insidiously abstract and you know, like, you know, being farmed for our electricity to keep some AI in the future going. Like, that's that was fucking ridiculous. Just remember, like, the word matrix is basically means womb, right? So there's a lot of things to think about. There's a lot of symbolism that you can use to kind of get yourself back into the present moment. And there are a lot of things that you can navigate along the way. But just, I think the first step, and I'm going to wrap it up here, the first step is to always, at the forefront of what's going on, realize that the modus operandi of whatever's going on is to keep you distracted and to keep you from feeling in control. So just listen to everything if you want. If you want the attention, kill some time. Listen. Nothing wrong with listening. But please just stop believing it. All of it. Fuck it. put it all fucking down. Put it all down. Put your Bibles down. Put your fucking phone down. If it's something that you know is consuming and maybe closing doors and maybe not letting you get to the next part of where you need to be. And I know some people would probably have a knee-jerk reaction to me saying put your Bibles down, but the reason why I say that is blind faith is still fucking blind, and that's never a virtue. You can't see shit. So if you want to have it like I think the best thing about a religion, like you want to have it enhance your life. You don't want it to be another factor of control and distraction, right? That's what I'm getting at, is using the information you get and the beliefs that you have and the things you focus on, using them responsibly in accordance to what's best for you. And that's the truth that we need to be focusing on, is what's best for us and what's best for everybody else too, like for harmony. And you know what? Those concepts are hard enough to work with, and that's what we should be focusing on. And with that, thanks for sticking in. If sticking with me this long, if you did, and I'll probably make another video or two. Can't say I said anything too profound. I just wanted to make something that was a little bit more heartfelt. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And if not, I'll just sell out and make some more bullshit reaction videos and put the stupid wig on. Have a good day. Fucking have a good fucking life too. Get on it.